Saipan, invaded Saipan on June 16th, 1944. And after Saipan, there was an island close by called Tinian, and we went over and took that island. It was probably only a week or so, but I think Saipan must have been 3 or 4 weeks. And after Tinian, we went back to Maui and started training and doing maneuvers off of other islands around Hawaii, and we didn't know where we were going or had any idea, but they had us ready, and we boarded ship on 31st of December 1944. And when we got out several hundred miles, they broke out big relief maps of Iwo Jima and explained this was where we were headed. My first experience on Iwo, and a lot of people have asked me, well, how do you feel you're going into an island like that? And I said, well, you got crowd psychology. You got men all around you that have been trained, and hopefully, well, they're experiencing the same thing you are. So you're just one of many in the boats. So when we got ashore, I landed in a foxhole with a Catholic chaplain, and he said, what do you do? He says, I just came from Quantico. I was with the Women's Marines. He says, what do you do? And I says, well, just listen up and soon you'll figure out which is incoming and which is outgoing. So I don't know how long I was with him, but anyway, I figured if I was going to get it, I might as well have a priest there. So you just got to figure, and I always did, if your number's up, you're going to get it. So, and you know, at that age, I was quite carefree, 18 years old. I didn't have any you know, big plans on doing anything, so I was just doing like the rest of them were doing. I did get cured real quick when a friend of mine from New York, a Jewish fella, we went out what we call ghouling the next day after a firefight. We were looking for souvenirs. So he goes to pick up a revolver off of this Jap, and the Jap raised up and shot a hole in his stomach, and in the back of it, you know, there's like a basketball on the back. And so we didn't do much ghouling after that words. You know, you'd go out looking for souvenirs, and I said, no sense of going out there doing that, because after experience I had with him. And then after Iwo, we were starting to prepare for the invasion of Japan. We had our gear all stenciled. We knew they always identified you by a certain symbol you had on the back of your dungarees, and all of our telephone gear, we had that all stenciled. And so we were all ready for the invasion, and you know, there were a few of them getting kind of Asiatic, because most of them had been through 4, some at least 3. And you know, you figure in Japan you're going to have an awful lot of casualties there. So we were in camp on Maui, but because we were still preparing for Japan, but they locked us up. They wasn't going to let anyone into town, because you know, you get a bunch of drunken wild Marines and you don't know what the hell they're going to do.